Today I'm going to show you how to make a newborn baby headband with the felt flower that is folded in quarters. I learned how to do this by looking at some different blogs, but I thought I'd make a video and share with you how I did it myself. You're going to need a couple things. I bought some of this elasticy ribbon. This is it says it makes 5 to 7 headbands. This I got from Hobby Lobby. I have my hot glue gun right here. I have my scissors. I have a measuring tape. I have felt, and then I have, this is multi-purpose adhesive, but it's not for what you think it's for. What we're gonna do first is, this is what I like to do, is we're gonna cut some strips out of this felt, because I'm going to use this felt. But first I'm going to take the paper off the back there. And we're going to cut, we need to end up having about 8 or 9 circles. So the reason I have the multi-purpose adhesive is really just so I can have this cap, because this cap is going to tell me how big my circles are going to be. And what I do is I sort of do like this, and it makes like a little cookie cutters area on my felt, and then I can follow that as my pattern. So I can see how much room that took right there. So I'll end up being able to make, you know, a good 3 or 4 strips, and I can get 3 out. So it's going to be 9 circles that I'll be able to make. I've got my ribbon here. I'm going to need, for a newborn, you do 13 inches, like I'm talking brand new. For like a 3 to 6 month old, you do about 15 inches. I am making mine for 3 to 6 month old. So I'm going to measure out 15 inches, which is about right there. Give or take. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Set that to the side. And I'm going to set that to the side too. Alright, so now I'm going to make my circles. Like I said, I use this as like a cookie cutter, a cookie press. It is hard to see, so make sure you get plenty of light. I'm gonna cut that. And so you're just gonna cut these. It's not perfect, but that's okay. It'll look fine. I'll show you. So I do have a good square left over, or rectangle or whatever, so I can use that here in just a second. Alright, to get started, I'm going to find a piece. I'm going to make sure that's a little bit more rounded. Set that on the bottom. Then I'm going to pick a piece, doesn't really matter which one, and I'm going to fold it in half, like in the teaching world we would call that like a hot dog or a taco or something like that. And I'm going to put just enough hot glue in the center there so that I can glue it like that. Give it just a second. I'm going to do 3 more like that. Back to that first one because it's cooled off now, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go in half again. When I do this, I realize that this gets a little bit thick, so I'm going to give myself more down the center there. Okay, I had to retrieve some more hot glue because we were running out there. So again, making my center. Hold it to make sure it stays. Now, you'll go back and do touch-ups here in a minute, so don't worry if you're getting some glue in places. It's gonna all work out here in just a moment. Alright, so I have my bottom piece, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue my first quartered piece down. So I start by just putting it on the quartered piece there. And put it right on. And then I do the same thing with the next one. And I just sort of back them up to one another. Okay, so that's the first, I guess you could call it a layer. Now you can see I have some extra left over on the edges there. I'm going to cut those off so that my circle looks nicer. I've got a piece that looks kind of scrummy there from the glue. So I'm just double checking all of my pieces here. This piece here looks a little scrummy too because of the glue. So it's a quick fix, it's easy. Alright, now remember I told you we would needed 6. So I'm going to make one more out of the same sized ones. Remember, so I'm going to fold it in half for the first time. I'm going to do that one more time down the center for the second one. And this is going to become the center of our flower. So I'm going to be putting this, there's really no rhyme or reason, you just kind of gotta, well, there may be a rhyme or reason, I just haven't discovered it. I'm going to put mine about like that. So it's going to leave me one more space. This needs more glue here in the center. So I'm going to actually put it right here on this side. And you want to make sure you get plenty of glue in there. So I'm putting it, how did I decide? Putting it like that. And then I've got enough room for one more little piece, so that's what my extra little one was for. Remember I left one that was a little bit too small. Okay, and then this is going to fit perfectly, or it's going to not perfectly, but it's going to fit right in there. You just got to find the right curve for it. Yeah, I think I'm going to go that way. So it goes right in there. And I'm just going to kind of hold it for a second, make sure it gets in there. So I have this flower. This isn't the best one I've made, but you see how I did it. And the little petals, you know, it looks pretty cute. So now I need to put it on the headband. So to do that, remember we cut that extra piece. So I'm going to put that down, and I'm going to glue one of the ends of, one of the cut ends of the ribbon here, like this. Glue that down. Then I'm going to bring that over and glue that down. And then, because we had this base on the flower that we made, we're going to glue it right on top of that, except that I did it inside out, so let me flip that. Okay. So now I just need to put some glue on the back of my flower. And match that right up. And there you have your headband for a little baby girl. Now, I went really fast, so you want to make sure you're going a lot slower for this the next time when you make yours, because you can see I do have some gluey spots in there. So I'll be giving this to my daughter to use for her dolls. I wouldn't give this to an actual person because I wouldn't want all these gluey spots. So just make sure you go slowly enough and really press down those edges here on the side so that you don't really see the difference in the headband and the flower. So that's a felt rose going on top of a headband, and I hope that helped you out.